Hey everyone, welcome to Data Millennials. I'm Atul and I'm super excited to talk about offset function in today's video. So let's go and see what exactly is the offset function. The offset function in Excel is a lookup and a reference function. It basically returns a range of cells. That means that it will return a specific number of rows and columns from an initial range which you will specify in your formula. Now the question is how we can use the offset function in Excel. As a worksheet function, the offset function can be entered as a part of a formula in a cell of a worksheet, or you can use it to make your pivot table dynamic, where you will set the range of the pivot table using this offset function, so that whenever the data gets refreshed and your rows increases in the raw data, you do not have to refresh the pivot table to get the updated data in that pivot table. And to understand the use of this offset function, let's consider a few simple examples here. So let's say that you have a worksheet that has dates and the worker required in your workspace, and suddenly your manager asks you to create a single row table that will give the specific information that how many workers is required on that specific day, how many workers are on the bench, and how many workers are present on the floor right now. So I have created this data set where I have dates, then the workers on the bench. That means that there is a surplus of workers which are sitting to get their command. Then how many workers are required on that particular day is in column H, and out of this workers required, how many are actually present on the floor and working on that specific day. So when you see this table and somebody asks you that, okay, how many people that we require on 10th of January or 20th of January, then you have to go back in this data set and you have to search for 10th January, and then you will say that, okay, I need 1000. So there are 1417 workers on the bench. Out of this many worker, we would require 1277 worker. But as 10th of January has already passed, so we know that there are 1400 workers, around 1400 workers, out of which 12,000 were ready to work, but 713 were present on the floor. So in future dates, this present on the floor will be blank, right? So present on the floor will be blank. So once the attendance will get updated on a daily basis, these data set will get filled up. Now our question was that how many workers is required on a specific day and how many workers are on the bench, while how many workers were present on the floor for that specific day. So we have a list of dates here in the drop down, and you can select any of the date, right? And our question is that based on the selection of this date, you need to get all of these three data values. So what we can do is that we can use the offset function. So before we write the formula to get the data for 19th January 2021, let's start with 1st Jan, so that it will be easier for us to understand and implement the formula. Okay, so for 1st Jan, we know that the workers on bench were 1109, right? So when we will write our offset function, the first thing that offset asks is for reference. Okay, so the reference is the date which you're searching for. So our date is 1st Jan. We know that the 1st Jan is here. Okay, so I'll put F5. Now it's asking the rows. So how many rows you want the data, or you can say in a simpler word, from how many rows you want the data. So we need the 1st Jan workers on the bench, so it's on the same row, so we'll put row as 0. Okay, now the thing is the column, how many columns from the reference is the data present. So it is on the second column, right? So I'll put 2. Height and width is an optional argument, whether if you want to put it there you can, or else you can directly close the bracket and you will get the output. Now the thing is that you get this 1387. Reason being is that we have put in 2 here. Ideally we should put 1. Reason being is that when you take the reference, okay, so this is the starting point and the offset function works on index. So this is our starting point or the reference point, and from this column how many rows do you want? The rows will be same, so we'll put 0, but the column, when it's asked for column, you have to put the number of column from this state. So the worker on bench is on the first column from this state, so we had inputted here 1. Now the thing is that currently if we select 2nd of January, then our data doesn't change here. What we have to do is that we have to match, or we have to make this formula dynamic, so that based on the selection of date, the workers on that bench get reflected, or the correct workers on the bench gets reflected in this cell. So how we can do that? Just think about it, that this 2nd January, we have to find this 2nd January within this table, okay, and the row will be same. For example, if I search for 2nd January, it will be on row 6, right? So in our formula, the row argument which offset is asking will always be 0, but the workers on bench will always be on column 1, workers required will be on column 2 from this reference. Okay, now how we can match this 2nd January within this table, right? So we'll make this argument F5 dynamic. In order to make it dynamic, we have to write another formula. So we'll use the match function here to make our first argument in the offset dynamic. So let's put a match function first in any of the cell. So I'll put match, okay, and our lookup value for match is this cell A5, so I'll lock it, and then it's asking me the lookup array, so I'll put this lookup array here, this entire column F, okay, I'll lock it, and the match type that I want is exact match, which is 0, okay. So now I'm getting that this 2nd Jan is present on row 6, right? Now if I change this to 7th Jan, you will see that you are getting 11. Reason being this 11, on 11th row you have this 7th Jan. Now even though we have matched the value and we can get the row number, we cannot use it within our offset function. Reason being is that we need this column name also, or the F, this F represent on which column the state is. So we need to add F in front of 11. So what we can do is that we can use another function which is concatenate. So I'll put concatenate here, and we know that we have to use F, so I'll put F double quote in bracket, then comma, and then I'll close this one. So I'm getting F11. Okay, let's test this match function. If I select 5th of Jan and I'm getting F9, so it's correct. Now if I replace this formula, this concatenate formula, with the first argument of this offset, then our work should be done, right? Now I just need to use this F9 within this formula, right, within the as the first argument of this offset formula. So in our previous videos I have shown you how you can use the indirect function, right? So we will use this indirect function here. So I'll simply put indirect, and I'll use this cell and I'll lock it here, and then I'll press enter. Now I'm getting 1742 for 5th Jan. Now if you check for 5th Jan, workers on bench is 1742, right? So now I'm getting the exact number of workers which were on the bench on that day. So let's check it out for 1st January. So for 1st January I'm getting 1109, which is correct. Now for rest of these 2 columns we'll use this formula only, okay. So we'll just drag this formula here and we will change the argument, which is this column. Instead of 1 we need workers on required, which is on column 2. So if you count, this worker required is at the second position from date. So date, you can consider date as position 0, then worker on bench as 1, worker required is 2, and workers present on floor is 3. Similarly, we'll put 3 instead of 1 in the column argument of this offset function. Now, if you check this one for another date, you will get the exact data which is present in your raw data sheet. So for 9 February, I'm getting 1150, 1468 and 960. Let's check. For 9 of February, we have 1150, 1468 and 960. 1150, 1468 and 960. So this is how you use the offset function to get a range of cell based on the specific number of rows and columns from the initial range. Hey, if you find this video insightful, then do check out other videos and hit the like and subscribe button.